I would like to get back to talking some basketball, but it seems the drama never ends. And the latest comments at least come from a basketball player and not a talking head. Here's what Angel Reese had to say about all the attention Caitlin Clark has received.
It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, like, yeah, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. It all started from the national championship.
So, um, here are a couple things about those comments. Again, I'm giving respect to Angel Reese because she has accomplished things in her basketball career. And she is a peer of Caitlin Clark's, not just somebody ranting and raving on TV or whatnot. And I think there's two things you could be naive about right here. One is to be completely naive that Angel Reese does not have a fan base whatsoever. Because I do believe Angel Reese has a following and a fan base and supporters and the like. You know, I really like her Barbie shoes. I like the Barbie gimmick as a whole. I see some of the support she gets on social media. And it's true that her playing the antagonist against Caitlin Clark's protagonist did cause a lot of attention to come into the game. And I appreciate Angel taking that heel roll on. That's cool. You know, saying if you want to make me the bad guy, I'll be the bad guy. And some fans of Iowa and Caitlin Clark were out of pocket attacking Angel for that because it was just basketball. It was just a John Cena expression on the floor. And the black and white thing got taken to, places it didn't need to go. Is there some sort of interest because of that? Sure. I mean, the Bird Magic comparisons, I get all that. So I won't say Angel has played no role in the explosion of the women's game. And she's right that it's great that the women's game has exploded. But you'd also have to be naive to pretend anyone is on Clark's level when it comes to being a needle mover and generating this sort of attention and this sort of hype and the ratings and everything else. They're talking about Caitlin Clark 24/7. People are losing their minds over Caitlin Clark. The discourse is dominated by Caitlin Clark. And I understand that people are upset about it, and there's some backlash to that, right? And what McAfee said was out of line. His point he was trying to make was that the other rookies, whether they be Angel Reese or Cameron Brink or Rakia Jackson, do not belong in the same sentence as Caitlin Clark. And I do think this rookie class as a whole is good for the league. I've made it a point to want to expand the coverage, and I will. And I was watching Juju Watkins highlights earlier today. I can't believe I don't think she can go into the WNBA until 2027. Paige Beggars is an all-around player. It's going to be fun to watch these young women come up and come into their own. So it can't always only be about Caitlin Clark, but these comments to me do come off like jealousy to a certain extent because Angel Reese is not getting the same sort of love or attention Caitlin Clark is. And let's be real about it, she does not generate the same level of interest that Caitlin Clark does. That doesn't mean no one's interested in her. That doesn't mean she can't be popular or a star in her own right. But that's just the facts of the situation. It's just the facts of the situation. Now let's talk about the basketball aspect of it for a second. Because Caitlin Clark did win Rookie of the Month in the WNBA. She did win Rookie of the Month in the WNBA. And this was the announcement from the Indiana Fever. Clark, 17.6 points, 6.6 assists, 5.1 rebounds per game in May. And she has been far and away the best rookie in the WNBA. She's been far and away the best rookie in the WNBA. Now, that doesn't mean Caitlin Clark is without fault. She has to adjust to the physicality. She said it herself. She has to bring a floater into her repertoire, I believe. That's a next evolution in her game. Obviously, I think the turnovers will come down over time as her teammates start to, work with her better. She starts to read these blitzes that are coming at her way better. And obviously, she's coming off a horrible game, but I think the schedule circumstances played a huge role in that. But as good as some of the other rookies have been, and they've been quite good, they haven't been Caitlin Clark. Even with the supposed struggles. Now, Angel Reese, I've talked about her game at length. I do not dislike Angel Reese. I don't think those comments were necessary, especially after she didn't speak following the Chicago Sky game against the Fever, and got up and cheered on the bench or whatnot. Because the thing about this attention that Caitlin Clark's getting, she didn't ask for it. She's not out there doing anything. She's not out there, begging for attention. People just happen to like her and follow her, and as a result, she's getting paid. Whatever that breeds from anybody else. But some of the other rookies, Rakia Jackson for the Sparks, like I said, has moved into a prominent role for them, and I think I like her game. She's averaging 10 points a game so far on the young season at 50% shooting. She's been maybe as efficient as any of the rookies. Cameron Brink's been a little inconsistent, but has that defensive presence and the length. And Angel Reese, I've praised her motor. She is a dog out on the floor. I've praised that. Angel Reese's biggest problem as a player is she doesn't have good touch around the basket or a good layup package. She, a lot of her offensive rebounds are off her own misses. She has a great nose for the boards. And, Cardoso is going to be a real player because she is so big and coordinated. Look out for her. I don't even know how many minutes she played in that game the other day, but she produced in such a limited amount of time. And the physicality of her and Reese up front is going to be something. And, you see Reese talking about the physicality. I think she's trying to make a point there. Like, you don't have to baby me. And I get it. But I hope, and I got to do, I'm titling a video around Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. So in a way, I'm participating in it. But I want to shift some of this conversation back towards basketball because I do believe, Jackson deserves credit for her game and Brink deserves credit for her game and Reese deserves credit for her game and Cardoso deserves credit for her game. But we're playing games if we're pretending anybody other than Caitlin Clark has brought the mass attention to the game in the same way.